What are some things that you learned from working with brands, especially the first time that you didn't know, never really working with a big brand like that? What can some of these young creators expect when they get their first brand deal as far as deliverables and things to look out for when working with brands?
Even before you even kind of get to that step where you have like a contract and you have like deliverables agreed upon, it's like nowadays, like with more experience, it's knowing like that it's not really about the creative the whole like most of the time. It's like they have like a potentially a problem and they're coming to you to like provide a solution, so like and you know what, if it is just creative, that's awesome, because then you can focus solely on that. But I feel like I'm at a level now where I'm just trying to figure out how to utilize my creativity to like solve a problem for a brand. And I think I'm speaking in terms of like how to scale like what I'm doing now, because that was a problem I ran into early on, where it was like you can be as creative as you want. Like I feel like a lot of people focus on that, like creating the most stunning edit. Like there's so many crazy video editors and like FPV pilots, just like all these different tools, and like you can create like some really sick stuff, right? But like what I've realized is that most, outside of like certain industries, most clients, like if you're working with what they're looking for like a solution. Like they're not looking for just like you to hand over like a sick video and then they don't know what to do with it, right? It's like on the back end, like how do they utilize it on like their social channels? Like how do they run ads with it? Stuff like that. It's just like there's a whole like suite of steps after the creative, I feel like, that is important to consider.
Yeah. Some of the recent campaigns you did, one of my favorites was definitely the one with the Xbox again, like you, which is pretty crazy. That was like one of your first big clients you mentioned. But you did this shoot with Halo. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So the client wasn't actually, Xbox was involved. They had to approve the content, but this was for a furniture company.
Oh, wow.
Called Hayworth, that they, they had these gaming chairs, and they really liked some of the content that I had done for one of their like sister brands. But I was like, okay, this is a really cool opportunity to like do something different and just like kind of take it to the next level. And I was like, hey, how do you guys feel about me dropping all this money on of like this budget that they gave me to get like a actual realistic Master Chief suit?
Yeah.
And so they were like, that's definitely different, but we're down.
Yeah. So with your connection with Xbox, you were actually able to make that happen?
Yeah. Well, so I didn't go through Xbox. Yeah. I went through like
but you said you have to get their approval, right?
Yeah. They had to approve basically everything we made.
Gotcha.
Which was a whole different thing. And going back to like your question about like, what are things you need to be aware of when working with brands? It's like, you need to be aware of, like legal is like a big thing. So it's like, certain things, if you're shooting for a brand, like don't wear logos and just like things of that sort that like are copyrighted by someone else, like little things like that. It's like, and the reason I bring that up is because during the shoot we learned a lot. The suit was like, we had produced everything, and the suit we learned was potentially an issue, but it ended up not being like that big a deal. They approved it anyways. But the thing that did become a bigger issue was I used AI to change my voice into like Master Chief's voice like, you use it in the content, and that was like a no-go. So they shot that down, and I had to like,
because it was AI
it.
or because Master Chief and just like
that's like a specific like voice actor's like likeness or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to get that person's like to sign off on that too then.
Yeah, I'm assuming his voice is licensed. Yeah. Like maybe Xbox owns Master Chief, like in the IP for that, so that's cool, but the actual voice is from like a voice actor, and we couldn't use that or something like that. But we didn't get details. It was just like
Yeah.
we had to change it.
I mean, some of the shots were crazy though. Like you were out in the desert with some aperture lights, like shooting some really cool images. What was that shoot like?
That was just fun.
Yeah.
You know, like that for me, it was just the reason why I do what I do is like to go out and create things from my imagination. And when you can combine that with like something that is meaningful and nostalgic from my childhood, like that's just like gravy, you know?
Yeah. I feel like everyone loved Halo, especially the older Halos. It was just, you know, just everyone used to play that on the original Xbox. So
Yeah.
I
used to play it every day after school. We had this like video game cafe right down the street, and everybody just go there and play Halo.
The
those were the
split
golden
screen.
days. Yeah. Halo
like
3 days.
Online first became a thing too. That was crazy. Yeah. But
is there any other so I guess so after that first Xbox gig, then was like other brands just kind of coming in, or like did you have to still look for jobs, or like what was kind of the process from there to where you are now?
Yeah, I think at that point I was pretty fortunate, like in hindsight, because I was just getting a lot of these brands just reaching out through social media. So that's where I got to work with Adobe Video, specifically Premiere Pro. And at that time I was also not like super well versed in video. So I was like, okay, like this is like a professional editing software, and like I don't know why they're reaching out to me, but then that's how I started getting to like doing video. So like nowadays I'm just kind of like this jack of all trades type of, I'm still like a photographer and like content creator, but like that's how I started like picking up just like all these different skill sets.